Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Matt. I'll be your MC for the next 3 hours or so. Coming up next, we have Murat from Primev. He's going to talk about fast UX scaling with pre-confirmations.
Thank you, Matt. Hey everyone, my name is Murat. I want to get the energy up in the room a little bit, transitioning from talks. But I'm the founder and CEO at Primev. I have a background in block building, and I led product at a small company called Polymarket that you may have heard of. But essentially, we're upgrading the speed and the experience of Mainnet, and I'm happy to say this is all live. And I'm going to talk about how it's going to scale Ethereum, so let's do it. So first, we have a big lie. We lie to users saying Ethereum is for you. It's actually not. What is Ethereum for? Well, it's for censorship resistance. It's for decentralization. It's for all these cool things that we care about, and we get to use it too. But it's really not a user-first domain. And that's because of these things, right? You have 12-second blocks. It takes 5 minutes for your transaction to be final. You may have sent a transaction, but oops, it got reorged. It's no longer there. Bridges take long, and rollups are just async, right? This is just kind of the Ethereum we live in today, and it's not the most pleasant user experience. Now, obviously, we want to give the users what they want, and this is mostly around immediate wallet feedback and what I call this kind of consider it done experience. Like when you send a transaction, you don't have to worry about it. It's like swiping a card. It just kind of happens, right? And that's what users want. And this comes with instant bridging, fast swapping, and everything that comes with it. But it's really a few steps away from where Ethereum is today. And it's a very key piece of scaling because you don't just want to scale the infrastructure. You want to have scaled the users as well. So what is a pre-conf? What is a pre-confirmation? Well, we roughly define it as a credible commitment from a block builder. This is kind of the practical definition. Block builders are entities that build the blocks on Ethereum and give it to the validators to propose to the network. But let's dissect this a little bit. So what makes it credible? Money. They back a minimum of 5 ETH on our network in order to give these commitments. And if they renege or don't deliver it as they say they would, they get slashed. What makes it a commitment? Well, there's some cryptography. This cryptography allows anybody that has this cryptographic commitment to slash that block builder, so that's very important. It's not on the trust of somebody or their network. It's really that there's a cryptographic commitment that you can kind of slash somebody with if you're not happy with the result. And the block builders are building blocks, but really this can be abstracted. It can be validators on Ethereum. It can be sequencers on an L2. It can be any credible entity that can land transactions on chain that can give these commitments. And that is what a pre-confirmation is. Now, there's some details around a pre-confirmation, and we're initiating an initiative to kind of formalize this for Ethereum. But essentially, you want to have some other details, like the slot number that is pertaining to the transactions that you're actually trying to pre-confirm, and some expiry timestamp, right? So you're not waiting 3 days to get a pre-confirmation. But the most important primitive there is the economic enforceability of the pre-confirmation, so that you can have this instant economic finality no matter what the chain is doing. The user has some guarantee about their economics. Now, we define 2025 as the new hope for Ethereum UX, and that's for one large reason, is because we launched Mev Commit and got it adopted. So what did that look like? We got over 70% of Ethereum block building power. We onboarded to this high throughput network we call Mev Commit. We got over 90% of relays on Ethereum also participating in this network. We got over 6,000 validators that are participating in the network. And this basically allowed us to secure basically a critical percentage of the Ethereum supply chain to be on this high throughput network. Great, now we can go have people make transactions that are very, very fast directly on Ethereum mainnet. What did that look like? Well, let's take a look here. We've done a bunch of pre-confirmations over the last year, but as you can see in January alone, we beat the entire number of 2025. And that was halfway through January. January ended at 110,000 pre-confirmations, which was larger than the entire year of 2025. So it's definitely picking up. If people tell you Ethereum is slow, pre-confirmations haven't really caught up, well, guess what? We're making the thing. You can go to mevcommit.xyz to kind of see it in real time. One of the important metrics we track is the percent of Ethereum blocks that have pre-confirmations in them. This screenshot was taken this morning, so data is pretty fresh. We're able to get 120 millisecond transactions on Ethereum and about 8% of blocks over the past 24 hours, which is really nice. But I'm not here to mainly talk about Mav Committed and how far we've come. We built this fast protocol for a consumer-oriented experience on top of it. So if you go to fastprotocol.io, you can add an RPC to your wallet, use pre-confirmations on Ethereum. There's a community around it. It's kind of growing. But really, it's recently becoming more of a thing. We've surveyed about 35,000 users using pre-confirmations, and about 70% of them said they had a fast experience, which is really, really nice. But that yellow and the red part is showing that we still have some work to do. And there's a lot of open questions for researchers on pre-confirmations as well to complete that. So this is really what we want Ethereum to be, this like kind of fast, colorful, awesome experience in place, right? But is it really that after we've gotten some adoption? No, it's really more like this. The protocol is pretty confused about pre-confirmations. The protocol doesn't recognize pre-confirmations. Pre-confirmations are like outside the protocol. So one of the things that there's a pretty big influencer called Vitalik that's been pushing is this concept of bringing things back to L1. And pre-confirmations are a key primitive to scale Ethereum for a few reasons I'm about to dive into. But essentially, one of them is this post that he made where he suggests that you can combine pre-confirmations with rollups such that you can kind of make pre-confirmations this first-class primitive on Ethereum and have rollups use it for asynchronous composability, right? So I can go anywhere in the Ethereum ecosystem with a click, and I don't have to worry too much about what's going on or how long it's going to take. It just kind of happens. And pre-confirmation is the backbone that's going to power this, according to Vitalik, and according to me as well. So we classify 2026 as like kind of this return to L1. It's not going to all happen this year, and we're going to like all be living happily ever after at the end of the year. But I think this is going to be a big year for it to be this way. And the number one thing for that is pre-confirmations become a first-class Ethereum primitive, similar to how smart contracts or blobs or gas, et cetera, is in the protocol. We want pre-confirmations to be recognized in the protocol. And this takes a lot of effort from the community and the researchers as well. So really, this is what we want to land on. I think it's pretty obvious now for anyone who's been following Ethereum in the past few months that we're no longer pursuing an L2-centric roadmap or pursuing an L1-centric roadmap. And it's coming back home to Ethereum. Let's scale it. So this is really the vision that we're going forward with. In 2025, we proved that pre-confs work. We onboarded a critical % of the Ethereum supply chain to a high-throughput network. We want to decentralize this network, by the way, but it's an encrypted network, so it's not. It's already censorship resistant in that sense. This year, Ethereum adopts it as a primitive. We're seeing user adoption. 35,000 people. We have 2 dApps already integrated with it. We have 6 searchers and solvers. And even a malicious hacker, unfortunately, got a 260 ETH hack pre-confirmed last month, and we've been dealing with that. But where does all of this go? If we make pre-confirmations a core Ethereum primitive in how Vitalik says it, in how I think it needs to be, then we can make fast Ethereum the default experience. And this is not just the experience that you get in your wallet, but also however means you're using Ethereum, whether it's for high-frequency trading or hopping on some roll-ups or doing whatever else, it's this kind of fast, instant experience. You're no longer waiting for the block times, but you're rather abstracted from the block time. So we're Primev. We're kind of the labs entity behind this initiative. We're making Ethereum fast. These are our links. You can use us to get in touch with me or the company. And we're really looking for more researchers to put eyes on what we're doing. We're going to be working on an EIP to push pre-confirmations to make it a first-class primitive and scale Ethereum. As of December 3rd of last year, Ethereum's pretty cheap. There was an article that came out 2 days ago that gas was cheaper on Ethereum than Polygon. So this is already the case. We have to raise awareness around this, but also we have to make Ethereum fast so that it's cheap and fast, and then we can really truly scale it to the global platform that it needs to be. So please reach out, engage, collaborate with us. We'd love to kind of make you part of our journey and make Ethereum fast. Thank you very much.